I agree with Andrew some aspects. I have a slight different perspective in some aspects. The enlightenment of different individual is not same. Okay, it is not enlightenment is not same. It is the manifestation of enlightenment is different. The enlightenment, if it is not same, then I won't say it's enlightenment. So when I say enlightenment, what is that enlightenment is all about? The very word enlightenment is light. Okay? The consciousness is the light. And we are living in a world where matter is life. How many of you believe that you are a human being? Can you please raise your hand? See, human being is a very nice word in English. Human plus being. Okay? It's like two words to put together. Have you thought of what is human plus being? Human means body of human being. Human. Being is consciousness. Two impossible things are put together in one sentence. Body is matter. The consciousness is not matter. The body is continuously changing. From day you are born to day you die, you are changing. As an evolutionary perspective, from the animal body, it's continuously changing. The consciousness doesn't change. Okay? So these two can be put together. It is like fire and water coexisting. Light and darkness coexisting, which is not possible. So we are in a very unique position where a matter and consciousness are put together, and English expresses it very beautifully. Human being. Actually, I would say somebody has given the wrong name actually. I will say it's a being human is correct word. Being human means your consciousness first and then human next. Okay? So now, when you are saying I am human being, actually you are putting consciousness to the background and you are being human first. So that means matter first. So your whole life, whole worldview of the life is inverted. The consciousness goes to the background when this thing, consciousness is the byproduct of matter. Somehow accidentally we become conscious. Okay, matter is predominant. I am human first and being next. Then my whole worldview is matter oriented and I believe everything is matter. So then my way of living, way of thinking, everything changes. So the reality is we are being first and human next. Being human is the right word. So, but that English is reflecting our consciousness understanding. Now, how does a human being becomes being first and human? Some awakening has to happen. The awakening is awakening from the dream called matter, dream called body. Somewhere you have to get out the concept that I am a body, I am a mind, I am consciousness. So this is actually one word came to me. I have not been able to repeat in any language. Can I ask you to repeat, please? Nanu. ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ ಸಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನು ನಾನೇ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವೋಹಂ. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am pure consciousness of the form of infinity, peace. So this shift has to happen. From human being to being human has to happen. That I call as awakening. That I call as enlightenment. Now, when being human happens, the consciousness uses human vehicle. Okay? When you are human being, you are using consciousness for fulfilling your material or whatever worldly desires. That I call Maslow expresses it as Maslow hierarchy of needs. Physical need, mental need, psychological need. You try to use consciousness for that purpose. Whereas when the inversion happens, that is I call it as first awakening or the beginning of awakening. You start understanding that I am a consciousness and I have a human body. Now the body is a vehicle for consciousness. Now this body vehicle can be different for different people. Some are auto rickshaws, some are cycles, some are aeroplanes, okay, and some are jet. So the vehicles are of different place. So if somebody I say is enlightened, I would say that shift has happened already, that he has become from body consciousness to being consciousness, from a human being to he has become being human. So that I call as fundamental requirement to be called as enlightenment. If that has not happened, it's not a conceptual understanding. Please understand. Oh, it's not after reading so many spiritual books you will understand that. It's no. The shift has to happen within you. That I am being human. That is our call as enlightenment. So that is common for all. But the vehicle is different for each of them. Now the vehicle for a human being, like a great being, so like Amritanamayi or Ajja, and a vehicle of other people is different. So the manifestation of enlightenment is different because the quality and ability of the vehicle is different. And quality and ability of the vehicle is different because in their unconscious state, they did some spiritual practices, many lifetimes, with the intention. That intention gives rise to a body, because ultimately what body I have today is a cumulative effort of my sadhana previously. Just to give an example of Buddha, Buddha is a great vehicle. The vibrations of Buddha are spreading throughout the world, even today after 2500 years, more than that. So Buddha, when he was in early incarnation, many lifetimes, it comes in Buddha's story, Jataka. So he went to, he was a monk, wandering monk, seeking enlightenment. At that time, one great enlightened being came to the city. His name is Kashyapa Buddha. The current Buddha whom we respect is called Gautama Buddha. Buddha is not one, Buddha is many. So Kashyapa Buddha was earlier guy. So Buddha went to meet him. He stood in a queue. So many people are standing there, and he also stood in a queue. And this guy is a monk. He didn't have anything to carry. Normally when you meet enlightened being, you carry some fruits as a mark of respect, or more as an offering of your karma to that person. So now the Kashyapa Buddha, when this person was a monk, and there was a lady who was a working woman, was cleaning the floor. She felt a pity on this monk because he didn't carry anything for the Buddha. She picked up the blue lotus, 5 blue lotus, and told him, give it to him. When you go to meet Buddha, you have to give something, give this. That compassion was there with that working lady. So Buddha took that and went and gave that to Kashyapa Buddha. And Kashyapa Buddha looked at him and smiled and asked him, what you want? Buddha said, this Buddha, current generation Buddha, he said, I want to become like you. I want to liberate millions of living beings. Then Kashyapa Buddha smiled and said, it's a long time, many efforts, many lifetimes. Buddha said, I am ready to face, I want to remove the suffering of all living beings on the earth. That became the Bodhisattva vow. Bodhisattva vow is, they say, Bodhisattva tastes say that I will not take liberation or full enlightenment until I remove the suffering of every single living being on the earth. It's a huge oath. And many lifetimes after lifetimes, Buddha worked with that intention, and every lifetime, that good merit which created, accumulated a huge thing, and Buddha, in Gautama Buddha incarnation, he got a body, a vehicle, most powerful vehicle, which can express, bring about the transformation of the world for years to come. So I would say, the enlightenment and manifestation of enlightenment, we need to be clear. The manifestation of enlightenment is through a vehicle, and enlightenment is an inner understanding. And most of the enlightenment don't make enlightenment a big issue, okay? Enlightenment is very simple. It's not a complex thing. Then we start thinking of this, we start thinking of so many things. When the shift happens, it's very simple. And we start comparing with a great being, Olympics race runner. I run in Rajarashinagar, Nagar, okay? Now if I think of Olympics race, oh my God, then I stop running in Rajarashinagar. Nagar. So don't compare yourself with any great being, okay? Your enlightenment is your enlightenment, and your expression of your enlightenment is what happens, whatever sadhana you have done, That body has come to you and it expresses itself. So this is my view of enlightenment expression. Now when we say the end of becoming, okay, end of becoming is end of your ego-based life. The ego wants to continuously improve, continuously change. Ego says, I want to become better, better, better. So the end of becoming is liberation. The end of becoming is death of your false identity called I. Then what remains is a pure consciousness, pure impersonal awareness, which operates through a body-mind complex, which has brought to that level. So earlier it was an ego-based life, now a universe operating through that body-mind complex. Depending on the capability of the body-mind complex, many faculties will express itself. It is not an individual decision at all. Your individual decision ends the moment you understand your understanding shifts from becoming to being. That is the end. So now it's a universal happening, where through the body-mind complex, many people have to get benefit, many teachings have to happen, many new things have to happen. It will happen through the body-mind complex depending on the capability. It is not an individual doing it all. Now I agree with Andrew that ability of human beings as getting enlightened is increasing. The more and more complex, as our mind becomes more and more, mind is evolving. Conscious speak of mind and understanding evolves. Each successive generation is taking the gift of learning ability in the form of genes, in the form of memory, in the form of collective learning. Their ability to learn is much, much sharper and better. I have a kid here somewhere. He has just gone out. A 4-year-old kid with tremendous amount of wisdom. Okay? So what happens is that the ability of the human system, the vehicle, because evolution is producing more and more complex vehicles, that vehicle quality is also improving, right? After all, from Maruti 800 to all the way SUV, human beings themselves can produce a lot of complex vehicles. The nature also is producing more and more complex beings capable of more and more capacity. So the capacity of the human being to absorb enlightenment, probably create something bigger, is increasing. But at the that's a collective level. At the individual level, it is a result of his past sadhana. So there is two aspects of this, collective and individual. Now, a person of higher order vehicle, a great vehicle we call as incarnation, avatar, it's like a huge ship. You can take millions of people in that ship. Whereas a lower level enlightenment, you bring peace to yourself, to the society, and this thing. Don't worry actually what quality of enlightenment expressed through you. It is not your decision. It is the decision of the universe to express through you. It is the universal urge to express through you. What vehicle you have, you don't know the quality. That quality will come out when the universe starts expressing through that. That's my understanding.
So, from what you have just said,
yeah,
it looks like